What's up, everybody? I'm the Zombunny, and welcome back to Major Minor. We died. And then we didn't. And then all kinds of crazy shit happened, and I don't know anymore.
And blip. Lots of blip.
I'm joined by my wife, Hoshi.
Hi, everyone.
Yay. Figured I couldn't forget to introduce you.
I was wondering when you were going to get to that.
I was busy trying to process what happened. Okay. Well, let's move on. I think we're getting close to the end here. And
Hopefully.
if we're like basing all of our affection on people now, well, Rook is dead, so we don't have to worry about him. Shock, we've never talked to. Keela's screwed. Rocker's already dead. So all we've got left is like Inumi that we might have an extra ending with.
Yep. But with Ashron in the last episode, it said that we had enough affection with him, which is why I guess we got extra story.
And we only had 2 points with him. And we could have had more than 2.
Yep.
So I think as long as you have something, it's enough.
Hopefully. We'll see when we get to Inumi.
Eventually. As soon as I exit, I look around. It doesn't look or smell any better out here. Of course, Ashron wouldn't tell us where we were. It was probably for the best anyway. Who knew how Max could be trying to track us? I turn a few corners before running into Keela. Hey, David! It's so nice to see you're okay. I was worried sick for a while there. You forgot his name was David, and now you're like, aha, we named him after a doctor.
No, I was laughing at Keela. Silently.
Okay. We still haven't really learned Keela's story. Hopefully we get that out of him. Well, no, because we don't have any affection with him. We're not going to get the story out of him.
Nope.
Shit.
And this would probably be where we'd get the story. Play on.
I'm assuming Ashron told you everything. You know, I was starting to doubt him, but it turns out he knows what he's doing. Singe was definitely acting odd, you know, being a manager and all. He was letting Max walk all over him. But I didn't know he was planning this. Some sort of international sting operation? And it worked out. Max is going down. It's really exhilarating to think about. I mean, was there even a world tour? Or was this all a setup from the start? I knew there was more to Singe. He was too calm for the situation. But not even his employees knew. He was playing us all from the start. That makes a special kind of genius. Takes a special kind of genius. It feels so cool to witness all of this. Except for, you know, the people dying. You know, I always knew it was Max. But she threatened to kill all of you. She'd blow the building if I spoke up. I had a feeling she was up to no good, but that's where Ashron's story got weird. No one but me believed what he was saying. I got to witness her power firsthand. I've never seen anybody move like that. She could jump around like a time leaper. Time leaper. That, and she knew impossible things. Things she could only know by spying. But none of us ever saw her do it. She used that power to tie me down. Normally I wouldn't let that happen. I can be strong when I need to be. I don't think so. But she outwitted almost all of us. She preyed on our weaknesses too. I'm glad she'll be behind bars. Wow, Ashron must have told them all a lot. But it makes sense that the others wouldn't believe it. The assumption that someone can control time is crazy. Enough to simply laugh away unless you experienced it. I heard what she said on the speaker, too. She said that you were saving worlds? That's where I consider myself confused. This is clearly above me. I could swear I'm in an anime right now. But I better not get involved any further. Whatever you need to do, you can do it. I know that it's all in good hands. I'll just wait here until we can leave. That's probably for the best. I wonder how long we'd be here, though. Keela seems to be taking this all in stride. In fact, he seems more cheerful than usual. Well, you saved my life, you know. I'd believe anything you say after that. My own experiences just help confirm things. You've never given me reason to doubt you, and if Ashron was lying, you'd say so. But both stories line up perfectly. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure you need to talk to someone. Let everyone know that you're okay. He's gonna say your bond with Keela was
strong enough.
We didn't have any markers.
Huh.
I'm confused.
Yep.
How does this work? I need a tree.
Maybe markers just help with them not dying?
Maybe. I still need a decision tree. I'm gonna look that up when we're done with this series. But, can I ask you something first? I heard Ashron say something interesting. Not that I was spying on you or anything. No, not at all. No. Sound travels down here, you know. I can hear even Shock from over here. I can't. Nice attempt at saving, though. He said something that intrigued me. He mentioned bringing people back? Something about his dead sister? He's a really serious guy, isn't he? He wouldn't make something like that up. Is there really a way to bring people back? You don't have to go into detail either. Just let me know if it's possible. I feel like ṟouᴉ wouldn't make that up. It's true. ṟouᴉ was a very serious guy. I tell Keela that it seems like a possibility. A lot of things were still up in the air. But there were people that I wanted to bring back too. Well, we've died once before already, so... pretty sure it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a chance that it's possible? I wasn't just hearing things then. Can you promise me something, David? Please bring back Rook. Even if there's just a tiny chance. I can't live knowing it was at his expense. I feel like I'm his living tombstone. Heh 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 heh. Music reference. I have a feeling Living Tombstone was involved with the music in this game, possibly. He's a DJ. I can't just walk around acting all normal. It's eating away at me from the inside. You have to bring him back, David. He didn't deserve to die for no reason. Even if it was anyone, it should have been me. Well, duh, tell him I'll bring him back. What the fuck? Why would you not tell him I'll bring him back? That's such a shit thing to do.
Okay.
Of course I'd bring back Rook. It was one of the first things I'd do. But there were lots of unknown variables at play. But he has my word. If it's possible, I'll do it. Thank you so much. I think that little blip noise we just heard was telling me that we got a flag.
Possibly?
I know it seems really far-fetched. In fact, this whole situation does. But maybe that's why I believe it so easily. There's a chance for us to correct mistakes. Anybody would suspend belief for that. But Rook deserves to be alive, not me. I wish that I could just go back in time. If you knew the truth, you'd agree. What did he mean by that? He rubbed his arm nervously as he looks at the floor. I don't know. I haven't really been honest. Not like it's a big deal or anything. Well, Max made it out to be one. It started to get to me after that. She said you'd all hate me for lying, but it doesn't really affect you at all. It's something really personal. That's why I didn't tell anybody. I wanted to, but Max made it worse. But then I thought to myself, why should I believe anything she says? She probably just wanted to scare us all. That much was definitely true. I don't think Max was the leading authority on morality. Keela had the right idea. He needed to shake it off.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
No. I don't think you'd all hate me for lying. In fact, I think you'd understand. We all handle grief in our own little way. Keela was grieving. Yeah, but I should probably tell you. I might not get another chance, you know. I have no idea when we'll get out of here. And I kind of trust you more than anyone else. Us contest winners have to stick together. I'd have your back anytime you needed it. I appreciate that, I really do. I leaned back and asked him what he wanted to tell me. As long as he'd have my back, I'd have his too. Well, it's kind of a long story, but it involves how I won the contest. It all started a few years ago. You see, I kind of have a brother. He used to be my best friend. We were inseparable, no matter what. Some people say twins are like that. He was older than me, but by minutes. Our parents would always confuse us. All of those twin cliches, they're real. It was almost comedic at times. But then my brother got the diagnosis. It was cancer, and terminal too. The doctors gave him 5 years to live. He couldn't even leave the hospital. But I'd visit him every single day. He'd always have his earphones in. I told him it was rude. He didn't care. He liked the sound of pop music, he said. It was always so upbeat and bubbly. It made him happy and hopeful again.
And his favorite was Clace.
Probably. He was a really big fan of Clace. But he also liked Shock and Rocker. He had all of their CDs and everything. But as time went on, his condition worsened. The hope he found through music was a dud. Nothing could pull him through what he had. That is until the contest was announced. He was so full of happiness and joy, he'd get to meet the people he idolized. But at that point, he was bedridden. So every day I'd buy 2 cans. We'd share them, hoping that he'd win. Of course, it was all a pipe dream. I still remember buying the last cans. I went to see him and his room was empty. I wasn't stupid, you know. I knew exactly what that meant. He passed away. and my brother was gone. But that's where I've been dishonest, and this is what I've kept from all of you. My brother, his name was Keela. That's right, I've been lying all along. My real name is Eddie. I'm sorry. Wait, what? This wasn't the real Keela. Is that what he was trying to tell me right now? I stare at him blankly, utterly shocked and confused. Did change his name to Eddie. The day I found his room empty, I didn't know what to do with myself. I sat there anyway and drank the Pop Star. And wouldn't you know it, I won. I sat there crying for hours. Why couldn't it have been a day earlier? I decided not to let it go to waste. I wouldn't rob him of his final dream. He deserved to experience what he wanted. So that's all there is to it. I took his ID and pretended to be him. We were twins, so it wasn't really hard. This way, he'd get what he wanted. I know it doesn't make much sense, but it did in my head at the time. I get what he was doing. I understand. It's just sad and silly.
I had assumed his story was so much worse. Like, he had done some super evil things or something, not just took his brother's identity to help live out a dream.
Well, at least his lie was about a good thing.
Yeah.
He starts to cry in front of me, so he came here to fulfill his brother's dying wish. That's really noble of him. I respect that. But I'm still taken aback by his true identity. His name is so much less cool now.
Yeah. Well, Keela and Eddie? Really?
Yeah, I know. And there's more to it, you know. Initially, the hospital hid it from me, but I found out that he took his own life. Not everybody can stay strong with cancer. There are so many stories of people winning, it makes you forget that they can give up. It turned out he lost all of his hope. He thought we'd never win the contest, and you'd never guess why. He looks away from me like he's scared to continue. It was because you found the first can. He felt like his odds were getting worse, until he felt like he didn't stand a chance. Are you telling me? Are you trying to blame me for your brother's suicide?
Seems like it.
That's not okay. Wait, I was responsible for Keela's suicide. No.
Sounds so weird.
No, you weren't. That's stupid. He gave up hope because I found the first can. I almost can't believe what I'm hearing right now. You know, I really hate Tokyo. I hate maid cafes. I hate everything. And most of all, I can't stand Clace. His music reminds me of my brother. It's the smile he had when he listened to it. The smile that I'll never get to see again. And it really is because of you. He clenches his fists and trembles angrily. But there's really nothing I can do. My brother doesn't have room for hate. It's not in his nature to hold a grudge. So it's not fair to lash out at you. If I'm being him, I have to play the part. That's why I've been so overly friendly. Everything about Japan would excite him, so I tried to act that way too. And this was for him, not for me. But I was constantly conflicted. Should I be kind to you like he would? Or should I be mad like I would? I guess it's pretty obvious what I chose, and I'm going to continue doing it. I'll be your friend, for his sake. When we drank the Pop Star together, he'd always talk about the potential winners, people he'd like to spin the tour with. And he said they'd be great friends. In fact, he said he'd keep in touch. A tour like this makes people bond. But look at how it turned out. Maybe it's better that he wasn't here. He wanted happiness, not this mess. So that's the truth. I hate almost everything about this tour, and I hated it before it all went to hell. But I've been doing it all for Keela, because that's what he would have wanted. There isn't room for what I want. Except, there is one little thing. Something you can do, and I'd forgive you. If you were open to hearing it, that is. I nod almost instinctively. I still can't believe this weird situation I'm in.
Neither can I.
He holds me responsible for Keela's death, but at the same time is pretending to be him? I can't imagine being in this situation, staring at someone you hate, and being their friend. Doing things you hate, but pretending to love them. All in the name of his lost brother. It's not just Rook you should bring back. You're going to bring back Keela too. Then I'll forgive you for everything. He'll be able to live his dream. He'll be able to befriend you too. And he'll see Tokyo like he's always wanted.
I don't think it works like that.
He'll get what you took from him. And this is a demand, not a request. Well,
I don't think it works like that.
You just gotta cut to the old lady. That's not how this works.
That's not how any of this works.
He gives me a piercing gaze, and I nod. I don't think he has the capacity to be piercing.
No.
If it was all
He's blue.
If
And he probably jingles.
He probably jingles. If it was all within my power, I'd do it. He has my word that I'd bring Keela back. Good. And we're going to karaoke. That was one of his favorite things. Random? Alright. Good. What? He walks away, displaying both anger and sorrow. I'd be more confused if this didn't make sense. Well, it still doesn't make sense.
No.
But for some reason, it seems believable. Like I always knew something was off about Keela.
That's true.
I can hear his voice talking down the hall. He's still talking to me, but from afar. Almost like he didn't want to say this to my face. If you bring him back, I'll be so happy. And in the end, I really will like you. You'll give me what I've always wanted. A chance to see him smile again. The achievement unlocked was called Role Reversal. I hear his footsteps continue down the hallway, and after a few moments they fade into silence. I can't believe he was hiding all this information. I guess it's good that he finally found the courage. But this was just the beginning. I had to let everybody else know I was okay. With that, I walk farther down the tunnel. My mind wanders. Who I might run into next? I just had a realization. The whole thing where it says we weren't close enough to Rocker, I think we would have just gotten story out of him.
Probably.
I don't think it would have brought him back.
Probably not.
Would you like to save your game?
Yes.
Yes, and I guess we'll end it here because we're at about 17 minutes.
Yep. So, next time, I'm assuming more story, because whoever we run into next, and we did get a true ending flag, so you were right about that sound.
Woo-woo.
Alright, well, until next time, everyone. See ya!
Bye.